So I'm sitting here with Tamim Amura, who is a Saudi Arabian resident that has family and friends in Palestine and is affected by the conflict. So, Tamim, knowing people in this conflict, has it been hard being at Syracuse so far away from home as it develops?
To be completely honest with you, I don't want to say yes or no because me being born and raised in Saudi Arabia, um, the political unrest does not reach where I'm from. But like being born in Saudi, I know a lot of Palestinians that migrated from Palestine, and to be frank, honestly, my grandfather moved there around like the 40s when he was young. So we grew up to be a very Saudi family. But if you want to dig into the history, then you might see some ancestor like that used to live in Palestine for a long time. But currently, like now, me being third generation Saudi from Saudi Arabia, um,
So, personally, you don't feel as affected, but you know people down your ancestry and family line that
yeah,
definitely
I
would
mean,
have
like
been.
they always talk about how they started this new life because of the booming industry in Saudi Arabia and like it being the new country and like business was better there. So they moved a while before anything happened. So I feel like um, given their like friendly relationship, like my grandfather has a lot of friends that are still there that sometimes come to visit. So I would hear stories of sometimes of how challenging it is to travel and get visas, for example, traveling around the world. But like honestly, firsthand, I don't struggle with it personally, but I've seen people that do struggle with these things. And me coming to Syracuse, actually, I don't feel like it's been challenging, but like in that sense, I've met many people that have problems with such things.
For sure. So personally, at Syracuse, do you feel that the students here are knowledgeable about the current war going on between Israel and Palestine?
Um, let's look at it that way. I've been a student here for 4 years, and I haven't heard anything from both sides. So I haven't like heard people trying to promote awareness for pro-Israel or promote awareness for pro-Palestine.
Right.
Maybe that's affected because I'm just a finance student. I'm not like into like maybe Maxwell. If you go to political science, maybe a lot more people would know about
Definitely.
these scenarios. But actually, 2 years ago, there was a senior. He was actually Palestinian, like he was born and raised in Palestine, and he came here with a scholarship, which was I never expected to meet someone like that. He was like, "Oh, I'm having these like debates, or like peace protests, and like if you would come, it'd be cool." I was never. I'm not a political science major, so I never had the time to.
But he tried to recruit you to go
Yeah,
to the pro-Palestine group.
yeah, yes, exactly, exactly. It was like more of a debate. Actually, there was like pro-Palestinians and pro-Israeli in one group, and the pro-Palestinians, which I thought was smart. Like he kind of like did a smart way of approaching this, but like I just didn't have time. But I wish he was here. Probably have a lot of more input.
Yeah. So kind of stemming from your interaction with this pro-Palestinian group leader, do you feel that Syracuse is a generally more pro-Israel or a pro-Palestine school, just based on the opinions, I guess, of the masses that go here, from what you've
Mm,
seen?
let's take it into like Syracuse University is not affiliated with any religions.
Right.
But you can say it's upstate New York. Obviously, most of the people that go to Syracuse are of Jewish descent. So
Mm-hmm.
that would not conflictly like it's not. It is correlated with the amount of Israelis that could be here, but I know like some Jews are not Israelis. I don't know if Kim can help me with that part. Like I know you interviewed her. I don't want to say something that's not true. But like if you want to go to the Jewish Center, for example, like
Right.
it's nice, it's huge, it's invested. I know like someone funded it because there's a lot you can get a lot more access with people that are from of
Yeah.
Israeli descent.
And that kind of leads me into my next question. I was curious. Have you personally met? You said that Syracuse is a predominantly Jewish campus. Have you met any Jewish people that you would say have actually not been pro-Israel or in contrast have been pro-Palestine?
Um, I don't want to go to direct conclusions, but like I'm in a fraternity, and a lot of people in my fraternity are Jewish. Some could be pro-Israel, some could not care less. I mean, it depends on if they're actually like from Israel. Some Jews are like from Long Island, for example, and they've never
Right.
been to Israel.
So the religion does not necessarily always play into one's
Exactly. Like
political affiliation.
exactly. Like you can meet like 90% of or 80% of Palestinians are Muslim. The other 20% are Christians. So even if you meet Christians that are not from Palestine or Muslims that are not from Palestine, doesn't mean they're pro-Palestine.
And finally, just to kind of wrap up, you mentioned in the interview a lot of the lack of, you feel students here aren't as knowledgeable about the issue, or you haven't heard it as much. Do you feel that Syracuse, as a university, could do more to help, to help people understand this large war that's really going on?
I feel like there's only one way to approach that. If I really want to look for the information, whether it's going to be easy for me to find that, and that's what I don't know. So now if I'm like, oh, I'm interested, I'm going to go out to Syracuse resources, for example, let's say library or the online resource center, and look up for these type of articles. I'm pretty sure I'm going to find a lot of stuff that Syracuse published, or yeah, what's up? Or like professors that can help with. I actually know a professor here that is Palestinian that lives in Jordan, and she teaches some political science. And I met her in the airport, and randomly I just met her in Starbucks, like after a couple months of seeing her. And I don't know if that will help you, but there is a speaker coming this Wednesday about a professor that was fired for commenting stuff about pro-Palestine somewhere in the States. I don't know. So he's a speaker here in Syracuse.
Right. So it's interesting Syracuse brought
I know
them
we
in.
deviated. What was your first question? Oh, start finding resources about.
Yeah, just
the conflict
if you feel the
of
school
Israel
could do
and
more. You kind of answered. You talked about how you feel like you could go out and find resources
Yeah.
on your own if you were interested in it. You even mentioned a speaker. Specifically, I was just wondering, you feel that there could be the formation of groups, either pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. Would this help, you believe? Like a student-run organization?
What I've seen in the past, there's a lot of emotion. If you meet a person that's actually from Palestine and then you get someone that's actually from Israel, it's very hard to come up with a reasonable conclusion when there's a lot of emotion involved. So that's when I met that guy, and he said we're gonna put a lot of Israelis and Palestinians in one debate, like one group, and then the others in one group. So that's, I don't know what the outcome was, but I thought there's like different ways of interacting. So I think making two groups of pro-Palestine and pro-Israel wouldn't be too effective, because you're mimicking what's going on now with the governments.
Right.
So if you want to have students approach it differently, it might not work or it might work. So
There's no really way of knowing until you try
exactly,
it out.
that's what I feel.
Well, thank you very much for your time. This is Tamim Amura,
Thank you.
commenting on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Thank you very much.